Hello everyone, this is Via. And today we're heading to a very strange lake. My grandfather, he's not quite himself, but he collected these old military maps. I scanned and printed them. And he tells me that he knows the coordinates of the lake where a tank actually sank. And this is the very place. We've come to it. My grandfather supposedly found all possible evidence from old maps that there used to be a tank crossing here a long time ago. But something went wrong, and there's a tank lying at the bottom there. Maybe even more than one. But honestly, my grandfather has been a bit out of it for a long time, so he sent me a voice message. Let's listen to it.
Hello, grandson. I gave you the map. I marked the tank there. I know for sure it's there.
Huh. Yeah, he's sure the tank is somewhere around here, but I don't believe it. So let's use a huge search magnet and start magnet fishing to see if there's a tank or something like it down there. Although, that's a catch, right from the first throw. Look at how tight my rope is. It seems I caught something big. The rope is really stretched. Check out those bubbles over there. Wow, we actually hooked onto a tank. Grandpa was right. What will we be able to pull out? It's getting a bit easier now. Whoa, it's like something broke off from the tank. Look, something's coming. Whoa, damn, did you see that? There was something metallic and rusty, and it also seemed to be green, like the combat paint on the tank. Could it really be true? Okay, got a snag again. Look, there really is something green, something came out, is half metallic, kind of unclear, but already. Come on! This is the tank's fuel tank, here it is. A find, a real military one. This is a canister, guys, just look at it. It's really a Soviet-type canister. These were used in the Soviet Union, including on tanks, but honestly, they were also widely used by civilians. Why? I mean, this could just be an ordinary gasoline canister. That doesn't mean it had any contact with tanks. There's something written here. I don't understand what it means. Write in the comments if you have any ideas. Well, so far my grandfather's words haven't been confirmed. Let's keep using the magnet, even though our first discovery wasn't impressive. But remember my cast. Somewhere in this area I got caught on something really heavy. And here it is again. Look how my rope is getting tight. That means there's something there. And look, there are so many bubbles over there in the distance. Unbelievable. Come on, let's go. This is the snag. Yeah, it's the same story again. At first it's heavy and now it's easy, but there's still something on my magnet. There, yeah, look, something green. Okay. Wow, some kind of metal plate. Unbelievable, guys. Look, what's this? What's this? This is an impact from a combat shell. It could be a metal armor plate. It's green too, all covered in rust. This already looks a lot like either a tank or some other kind of armored vehicle. Let me put it here. It's not very heavy and it's basically a similar shade. This canister could be for combat and this one could be an armor plate into which a shell or piece of metal exploded or was pierced. I'm unsure which. What do you think? Write your versions in the comments. Should we believe the old man or not? Because so far all of this seems kind of strange. I don't think that here in such a picturesque place where ducks are swimming now, there used to be a tank crossing. Why would that be necessary? My grandfather spent a lot of time digging through historical documents in the archives. I don't know, like I said, my grandfather lost his mind a long time ago. That's why he could have made up some nonsense. But every time I cast over there, my line gets tight and we hook onto something big, really heavy. Look, this is a very strange and suspicious story. Damn, something came off. It got easy again. Maybe the magnet slipped off. Feels empty. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, there was something there. Oh, something like a rusty bolt. Listen, that's a solid thing. Look at this shade. It was kind of green, dark khaki green. And it's all covered in rust, as if it's been underwater for a very, very long time. Guys, and like I said, these shades are similar. I would even say identical. Actually, this was probably a piece of armor. That's why it didn't rot as much. And this is just steel. That's why it's completely covered in rust. And where would you use such huge bolts? Maybe in a tank too. Maybe this is our first clue that could prove that somewhere here, underwater, there might actually be a tank. And do you remember how I felt when I threw the magnet and it seemed like I caught onto something, but then it came loose? What if I pulled this bolt out from the main body of the tank? I don't know. Basically, I want to throw more and more in there because my grandpa's words are starting to seem not so crazy after all. Why would there have been a tank crossing here? And what's your favorite tank? Write it in the comments. Every time it gets stuck, every single time. Seriously, there's definitely something there, guys. It's not coming off right now. Okay, something's coming up. It's heavy, but it's moving. My favorite tank is likely the Iosif Stalin, either the Iosif Stalin 1 or Iosif Stalin 2. It's massive in size. And write in the comments, what's your favorite tank and why? It's an incredibly significant discovery. Look, the bubbles keep coming, indicating we're about to pull something out. You can even see the bubbles there. What is it, guys? It's a military box. I told you I could feel that something was coming up. There could be something dangerous inside. The main thing is to pull it out. So what does it say here, guys? Explosive, explosive, inert. Wow, this is a military box. Let's move it aside and try to open it. Let's be careful because this could be dangerous, guys. By the way, never try to repeat what you see in this video. It's better to just subscribe to our channel. And then we'll make even more awesome magnet fishing content for you. Subscribe now to explore more exciting adventures if you're still tuned in. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Holy moly. Oh my gosh, that's a shell. Unbelievable. That's really dangerous. What does it say here? There are Roman numerals here. I don't know if this shell is from a tank or cannon. Unbelievable. Listen, this has been underwater for a while and is definitely military related. Guys, this is really dangerous. If you ever see a shell, don't touch it under any circumstances because it could be active, it could explode. You must never try to repeat this. I just have the proper education, so I'm taking it out of this box very carefully. This is an extremely dangerous situation because both the detonator and the warhead are here, all assembled and ready. Guys, write in the comments, is this thing from a tank shell or what? I have no idea. These strange numbers here are confusing me. Write your ideas about what this could be. It was kind of greenish, right? All covered in rust, already covered with some kind of coating. So it must have been underwater for a long time. Wow, this is a very dangerous situation, very dangerous. But this almost directly confirms that the tank could have sunk there. But what does a tank have to do with it? Why are there ammunition boxes in the tank? Yeah, maybe some kind of military truck just sank there carrying those munitions. Overall, this seems suspicious and strange. Just one piece of ammunition in such a small box. It's all very suspicious. Write your theories in the comments. Does this seem suspicious? Perhaps it was orchestrated by someone. Let's continue magnet fishing to gather more information that could aid our investigation. But honestly, they're confusing me even more. But at least now we know the exact spot to throw so we can keep getting snags. Let's check my skill. Yeah, there it is. That's a serious snag. There are bubbles coming up again. Come on, come on. Oh, wow, guys. Did you see that? There it is, heading to the shore. What is that? What is that thing? Easy, easy, easy. What is this thing? What the heck is it? The whole magnet got twisted. I know. This is an anti-tank hedgehog. Maybe. Well, it's a smaller version or a miniature copy because it's kind of light. Maybe it's an anti-tank hedgehog for light tanks. Well, you know, there are medium, heavy, and light ones. So maybe a light tank could be stopped by something like this. Incredible. Although, remember, I said maybe. This shell was transported by a military truck, but now it's clear to us that this won't work against a truck. A truck would just drive around it or over it. This device is designed specifically to stop tanks. When set up like this, it prevents a small tank from getting through. It's strange, covered in dirt and rust like the armor piece we found earlier. Maybe it all fits together. Maybe the tank tried to cross this body of water, this ford, and this hedgehog stopped it. And they abandoned the tank there. Then rainwater kept pouring in, and now a lake has formed here. I don't know. And maybe the tank is still there underwater. Now, due to rusting, we're removing it piece by piece. We just discovered why it remained there, immobile. It's an anti-tank hedgehog. Incredible. So at that spot, it's really like there was a tank there. It's like my grandfather was right. That means it's too early to send him to the madhouse or anything like that. I always catch it. See how my rope gets taut? Wow, there's a tank over there. I can actually feel my magnet sliding off that tank, just like that, slowly. And every time we're taking something from it. Wow, hit the like button, let's get 5,000 likes on this video. And then I'll continue my investigation about tanks and everything else. I can even go underwater with scuba gear and find out if there's a real tank down there. Or something specific, so I can film that kind of content for you. But write more comments about it. Or you can use the hint and watch the videos where I've already done some diving. I'm a real adventurer, always looking for something new for you. All right, we've caught on to something again. It's really catching there. Look, oh, we're already by the shore. Oh, wow, guys, that's amazing. Holy moly, oh my gosh, easy, easy. This is a grenade. I think it's an F1, or I don't remember exactly what it's called. I don't know, the F1 looks like this, and this one in real life, undamaged, looks like this. Damn, it doesn't have a trigger guard. It doesn't have what's it called? A pin. This is very dangerous, guys. Never try to repeat what you see. It's better to subscribe right now. Okay, let's put it away. It's light, of course, but that doesn't mean it's safe. The grenade is odd looking, with a textured surface obscured by rust and grime. Part of it appears bent and damaged, but for a long time, obviously, it must have been lying underwater. This is extremely hazardous. 2 shells are stacked together, which is very risky as one could set off the other. So guys, I don't know what the right thing to do is. Maybe we should call the police bomb squad or something like that. Write in the comments what the right thing to do is. You can't throw it back or move it at all now. The situation has become very dangerous and taken a frightening turn. Maybe we should call the bomb squad. Or I don't know. Write in the comments what the right thing to do is. What should we do in this situation? Unbelievable. Well, the grenade is strange, of course, very creepy and confusing. Write in the comments what you would do with it. And what is its proper name? Maybe again. A tank got stuck on an anti-tank hedgehog. A grenade was thrown but didn't explode and is still lying there undetonated. But the tank crew got scared and everyone ran out, and the tank stayed there and later sank because it was in a low area after the rains. That's also quite an option. Unbelievable. I really want to keep throwing the magnet in there and trying to pull out more and more new finds. I really want to see a tank underwater because it looks both creepy and cool. So, if you're interested in seeing more, guys, be sure to let me know and subscribe so you don't miss my future videos. I release them often, 2 videos a week on weekends. So make sure to subscribe and don't miss any episodes. Something heavy because look, right in the middle, the rope is getting tight. It's unclear. It's scraping, you know, like it's grabbing on, biting into the ground, something like that. Over there, you can even see our find, guys. Yeah, what is that? Wow, that's a track. That's a caterpillar track. Let me see. That's a tank track, guys. For sure, that's a tank track. This is 100% proof that there really was a tank here. It's really a tank track, but it couldn't be any other way here. I'll put the heavy thing properly called caterpillar tracks here. Wow, seriously. Just imagine this tank had tracks like these. It moved and dug into the ground, leaving a real tank track mark like this. So it's like this find proves that there was a tank here. 100%. And my grandpa isn't that crazy after all. What do you think? Which tank's track is this from? Because, well, it's not clear yet. I'm not an expert at all. Look at the pattern. Look at it overall, at the shape, at the width. A small tank, right? Or maybe it's some kind of tankette. It's not clear. Well, it all adds up. The small tank was stopped by a small anti-tank hedgehog. My story is really coming together. Wow, there's a real tank lying somewhere over there underwater to this day. But it's kind of small, really not that big. It's not even a T-34 or anything like that, although maybe it is a T-34. It's also not very big. Interesting. What kind of turret does it have? What about the barrel? Looks like it got caught again. It feels like, imagine this tank, right? The magnet just slid over it easily like this. I don't know, but right now I feel something light on the magnet. It's not even clear. There's definitely something there, but it's something light. Maybe it's another nut or bolt, something like that. Oh wait, look, there's something black. Well, wow, what is that? What is this thing, guys? It's a helmet, guys. It's a tanker's helmet. It's snagged on metal, possibly striking in post-collision. Or maybe this helmet was hanging on some kind of hook like this. Well, let's unpack it. What is this? Yeah, this is definitely some kind of hook. And there were a lot of these helmets here. Let's see. What does it say here? Look, this is 1990, so it all happened 35 years ago. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it's from World War II or anything similar. Maybe my grandfather knew about some more recent events because, well, honestly, my grandfather wasn't really a veteran at all. He's not that old. Wow, a tank helmet. Oh, I get it. Why are there things like this here? It's so you can't hear anything. It's like soundproofing, basically. Imagine that. Wow, I really can't hear anything. Well, let's see. Do I look like a tank driver? I've got these caterpillar tracks. Here's my shell. Load it. Fire. Don't play with shells. It's extremely risky. Damn, it's good that it landed on its side. Because if it had landed on the fuse, anything could have happened. Now I smell like garbage. Oh well, a tank helmet and track. It matches up perfectly, except the tank crew had a green helmet instead of the color shown. Everything else looks identical. The year is written on it, but it's unclear. Please write in the comments what the difference is. But honestly, after everything we found, I started to believe my grandfather. Well, let's see what else is left there. Maybe there's some more uniforms. There might be a dangerous weapon in the tank. We should investigate, as it was reportedly looted shortly before sinking. At least that's what I think. Because we can't get the magnet directly into the tank's cabin. We're pulling everything out from nearby. We can get into the tank's cabin if we actually dive in there and see what's left of it. So it all depends on your activity. Give this video 5,000 likes and write lots of comments. Oh, but there's definitely some kind of catch here. Yeah, oh, something broke off again. But look, there are bubbles coming up. We've discovered something. Let's examine it. It's more visible over there. A metallic object is protruding. So, what is this? Unbelievable. Oh guys, I know, this is a metal gas pedal. This is kind of its linkage, its rod, right? Maybe here there was some kind of throttle cable. It's all rusty and worn out. Well, what did you think, that tanks have pedals like sports cars? No, they're metal, just like this. So you literally just press it with your foot like this, and then something happens here. I don't even know what exactly. Wow, seriously, look, this is a real tank gas pedal. Amazing. It's really a pedal. This is definitely an awesome find. And I'll put it here with the rest, because all of this shows that my grandfather was right. None of this is made up. But there are still mysteries about what kind of tank this is. It seems to have a small barrel or something. Or, I don't know, the shell is actually huge, to be honest. I don't know, maybe a shell like that hit it. All right, let's throw the magnet in again and see. I'm curious about the full story behind how a tank, albeit not entirely intact, ended up in such a small body of water. It's unclear now, whole or not, each time you throw it slightly past. And this tension, I'm telling you for sure, it's a tank. See that? I just tore something off it again. You probably saw it just now, right? Something light came off, but I still feel the tension. You can still see the bubbles over there. So we're going to pull out some part of it again now. But the fact that it's there is already undeniable. There it is. There's the find, okay? Whoa. Whoa, now that's a find, guys. That's awesome. This is nothing less than a large caliber anti-tank shell. It's also called a communicative shell, if I remember correctly. Basically, it can be fired from an anti-tank rifle. And here's the explosive part of the mechanism. Basically, when it gets hit here, this part kind of opens up, tearing through the tank's armor. And here is the main gunpowder charge, which flies inside the cabin and burns through. Now, I'll try to take this thing apart, because it's already rotted. It's all done for. Okay, whoa, here we go. Yeah, not really sure, though. There's something here. Is it gunpowder, or what is this? This thing here, it basically breaks into 3 parts. And inside, there's something that looks like a rocket. So here's a picture for you. Here's a diagram of what it looks like. A really cool invention. If tanks used to be unstoppable before, after the invention of these anti-tank shells, everything changed. The game was different. If this thing hits where it needs to, there's no chance. However, look, we ourselves found pierced armor from a tank, or at least that's what we think. And here the hole doesn't match at all. I mean, I don't know, it should be much bigger than this hole, and much smaller than this hole. Well, it's obvious here. This looks more like we unscrewed a bolt from here or something like that. Well, there's a clear penetration here. This penetration looks more like this shell, guys. That's how it is. Here it is. Maybe it flew in here. Oh, look, it fits perfectly, right? But it seems like it didn't detonate. It went in without detonating. Maybe it was defective. Maybe it was activated incorrectly. Something like that. That's why we found it here now. All right, cool, impressive. An anti-tank shell. That's what this is too. The discovered tank was targeted for destruction, but the shell failed to work. Cool. In short, this place is just awesome. Lots of discoveries, lots of mysteries that we still have to explore together, right? We repeatedly throw the magnet into the same spot, trying to hook onto the tank or its parts. I successfully do it every time. The rope gets extremely taut, absolutely incredible. See over there, did you notice what the ducks are doing in the background? They're having duck races, but anyway, we're not interested in the ducks, we're interested in the tank. This is a heavy find, guys. You know, it's like it didn't get hit from the tank, but as if something was lying nearby. Something heavy is coming up without breaking off. The main thing is you have to be very careful not to lose such a huge find right now. Oops, it got caught on something. Okay, look, there are bubbles, big bubbles. Look at them coming up. The find is big, so a big find is about to come up. Here it is, guys. This is a tank barrel. Unbelievable, what a length. Holy moly, that's incredible. This is an actual tank barrel. Yes, that's precisely what it is. Look, the color's dark green, just like the armor we found at the beginning of the video. It was reportedly cut, sawed off, and detached. I don't know, but from this side, there's an extension here with shells fired through it. Let's take a look. Let's try it on. Here, maybe it was fired from here. No, guys, it's too big. So this shell did hit this tank, just like I said. Either this tank got lucky or there was more than one shell fired at it. Despite that, it was severely damaged. The track is separate from the gas pedal, which isn't ideal. And actually, the whole barrel from the tank is here. It's huge, rusty, and big. It's also separate now, so the tank is really in pieces, and it's unclear what condition it's in. Guys, we discovered a lot. Turns out my grandpa wasn't totally crazy. He was partially correct. But this tank isn't that ancient, right? It's not as old as we might have thought. Basically, it's been here only recently. Comparatively, yes, but I believe the journey continues. We need to dive, we need to explore further to figure out what kind of tank it is, how it got here, and all that. And probably the conclusion is very simple. You shouldn't immediately judge people if they seem a little odd. Yeah, maybe they're actually telling the truth, like it happened in this case. Anyway, guys, this episode turned out to be epic. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next part. As soon as we get just 5,000 likes, we'll keep searching for tanks. And now click on this video right here. It's awesome. You'll definitely like it if you've watched this one up to this point. Be sure to click. I promise you'll love it. It's awesome, fun, and cool. Click here right now. Keep watching the next part, or for sure, there will be some really cool episode there. And this was Via with you.